So tonight, I want to tell you the story of my debacle from last night, um, about my slide roller failure that was tearing up the bottom of the slide floor, showing up on the outside. So more trials and tribulations with RV life. It's a challenge. So we'll tell you what happened. Happened to notice this scrape mark underneath the kitchen slide, and wasn't sure what it was or what's causing it. So got under here to look, and I see roller assembly is tucked under here, so I wanted to investigate that. So another day later or so, my 3-year-old is stuffing his little toy cars underneath on the other side, so I got a chance to investigate at that point. So we have a Schwintek slide out that is for our kitchen, and so this is the track for Schwintek, and as you can see, this has got 4, so it's 2 on each side, and you know, it's not a real big slide for the kitchen, and it is same on both sides basically. I don't think it's an issue with, this is an issue with the roller. There's 3 rollers in the bottom, and I believe that this is all an issue with rollers, and actually probably not rollers, but if I'm right, it is the manufacturer of the RV that put it together's problem, because that's usually what I find is crappy workmanship. So we'll take a look and see what we can do. Okay, so I noticed a scrape mark underneath, and then the next day I find out my 3-year-old son is been stuffing his little cars underneath the slide here for the kitchen. So anyway, I find these cars that are underneath. All right, so I start looking, digging along, and pulling cars out, popping them out with a screwdriver. So the scrape had nothing to do with the cars. The scrape had to do with a roller that was installed incorrectly under here. So I got to pull this trim off, and we'll take a look. All right, so I pulled the trim off. Did this yesterday. I just did it again. It's only 4 screws with a drill. It's not long. So when I was doing this, of course, I wasn't too interested in making a video at the time. It's like, oh, what is going on here? Just wanted to figure it out and try to fix it. So what I found was this roller here. Let's see if I can light it up okay. This roller, there's 3 rollers, 1 on each end and 1 in the center. So this roller here was moved down here 1 notch basically. So in other words, it was further over. And what I found was that there was a broken screw when they installed it. And when they installed these rollers was before the slide was put in at the factory. All right, so there's a broken screw that is sticking up, and they must be broken off how whatever, and then just tried to put the bracket for the slide, which there's like an L bracket here. They just put this bracket on top of the broken screw, which kicked the bracket at a severe angle, lowering the roller down and causing it to scrape on the bracket. It's amazing. So it's like, all right, now, so what do I do? So these rollers are underneath the floor of the slide. So, how am I going to get to it to fix it? So, there's very limited space under there. So I just drilled some holes in the floor. All right, it's mostly covered by the trim, and then I'll figure something else out to trim it out more. But and I couldn't do anything about working on where there's the broken screw. Now when they put these rollers in, it was wide open. There was nothing here, right? The whole slide wasn't installed, so they could have easily fixed it, ground it off, flat, whatever. But of course, they don't do that because it takes 5 minutes to fix it and then have it right going out the door. And so that's not what their focus is. Focus is getting these things out the door. So they just stuck it on top of the broken screw, just having it all jacked up. And so what I did to limit how many more holes I had to drill, I had to drill out holes for the other end of it. This is one end, and I've got the holes up here, and I drilled out the other side to get to the other screws here, and I moved it down the full length so I could use those 2 holes on this end, and then so I have 3 sets of holes really ended up with in order to install it. So it's not dead center anymore, but at least it's flat, and the roller is doing what it's supposed to do. So again, I'll have to do some kind of trim work up here, even though it's on the inside. It doesn't really affect anything. But I don't know, just another issue. And it was digging into the bottom of the floor on the outside. So eventually, I don't know what to say. It's just stupid, right? And okay, yeah, I can take the thing to the dealer, and I've already gone through this before. Take it to the dealer, they'll submit it to the manufacturer, and usually takes about 3 weeks to get an approval to do anything for warranty from the manufacturer, and then I can get it. I can schedule it in at the dealer to get it fixed, and in the meantime, what am I doing? In a hotel, a motel, whatever. Instead of moving every week or 2 across the country, I'm gonna just park for 2 months while they pull the slide out of this and try to fix it. No, I guess not. I fix it myself, and try to make it work. So no, it's just another little issue that shouldn't have happened. If they were doing quality work and somebody was checking things, making sure everything was okay when they put these together, that would slow down production, so we don't want to do that. So anyway, that's the story. Have a good evening.